My daughter-in-law, Amelia, told me my son was cheating Dot at first. I thought I had misheard her. We were sitting across from each other in a quiet cafe, steam rising from our cups. Her voice was calm, almost too calm, as she repeated the words. He's been unfaithful. The world seemed to tilt. My son, the boy I raised, the man who had promised vows before family and God. My chest tightened as I stared at Amelia's steady face. She looked at me like she had delivered a fact, not a suspicion. Do you have proof? I asked, my voice shaking. She smiled faintly, sliding her phone across the table. Messages, pictures, dates. I forced myself to look, though my hands trembled. The screen showed text conversations. A woman's name, times, places. My stomach turned cold as I scrolled, each word striking like a blade, but something felt off. The texts were too clean, too perfectly lined up. No awkward gaps, no typos. Just a neat thread of betrayal tied with a bow. And the pictures, my son's face, blurred in the background of a bar, his arm around someone, but the lighting, the angle, something didn't sit right. Why are you showing me this? I whispered. Her eyes sharpened. Because you deserve to know, and because if you want him to stay married, you'll need to convince him to confess. Her words slithered into me like poison. That night, I sat at my desk, the glow of the lamp spilling across scattered papers. My son had always been loyal, almost to a fault. He called me daily, checked on me, carried groceries without being asked. Could a man like that truly betray his wife? Doubt gnawed at me. And yet, Amelia's confidence, her carefully displayed evidence, wouldn't leave my mind. I couldn't sleep. Shadows stretched across my walls as I replayed every memory of my son's marriage. Were there signs I had missed? Times when his smile looked forced, times Amelia's hand lingered too possessively on his arm. The next morning, I made a decision. I wouldn't confront my son. Not yet. I needed the truth, so I tested Amelia. Called her unexpectedly, asking questions that seemed innocent but were laced with traps. Where was he last Thursday? I asked. She answered quickly, too quickly. At the office. But I knew he had been with me that day, fixing the fence in my backyard. A crack. 2 days later, she slipped again. A detail in her story didn't match the so-called messages. When I pressed lightly, she brushed it off, her smile too stiff. Suspicion hardened into certainty. She wasn't exposing him. She was framing him. Why? The answer came in fragments, rumors I'd overheard, whispers of her debts, her late-night phone calls. Amelia had motive. If she painted him as a cheater, she could divorce with sympathy, take the house, maybe more. Weight of betrayal shifted. Not my son's betrayal. Hers. That night, I sat in the dark, clutching my phone. My heart pounded as I considered my choices. Tell my son now and risk tearing him apart? Or gather every shred of evidence, turn her own game against her? I chose silence for now. I needed patience, strategy, proof, because one truth had become clear. Amelia thought she was playing a clever game. But she had underestimated one thing. A mother who knows when her child is being hunted, and this time, the prey wasn't my son, it was her.